Terry, remind me to buy a pencil compass. I had one, but I've lost it. It'll make it easier than doing it this way, but this way works. There's our mark, so we know what the circle looks like. You can see it there. Hopefully you can see that there. And what we want to do is just check that diameter, check that radius. There we go. That's pretty good. Just have to cut it right on that line. Maybe just on the outside of that line, that'll sit in there nicely. Okay, so we've marked that out. Obviously the hole will be a lot smaller than that. The hole will be around about here. So I'm just going to adjust that now. So if we take that measurement there, which is 12 millimeters. Did I say 12 or 13? I think I said 13. $12.2. Okay, so we're going to go in an inch. 12. I'm going to go in, make that a 42 millimeter hole, 45 millimeters. Okay. Just bring that down to 45. Our hole's going in there. Cool. Right. Okay, I've marked out where I need to cut. So that's that guy there. Put our little inlays away. What's next? We need to start looking at a fretboard for this guy. I've got the neck here. I want to grab a fretboard and see what the story is. So give me a second and pull out this native Australian timber. What's the name of this thing going to be called, Terry? What do we decide on? On it. Mav, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Buy a pencil compass. Thank you very much for the reminder. I won't read it in chat, but I'm sure I'll get it in my privates. Manny's Maniacs, that's us. Hoodie, what's going on, bro? Great to see you. I'm not the main attraction of Sydney at the moment. I think that's the Melbourne Guitar Show, which is in Sydney, I think. Funnily enough. Okay, let me grab some fretboards and let me get these colours all sorted. Okay, I've got my neck. I've got my sides. Let me grab a fretboard. Yes, indeedy, that's the one. We want a really rich Australian rosewood, the reddish orangey rosewood for these natural colours. That's going to be the fretboard on this guy. So that gives that mahogany neck a little bit of an uplift. Is that a mahogany neck? Yes. That's mahogany there, and you've got those colours. They go from that coppery colour into that beautiful, beautiful red with really, really striking black marks. That markup is for a full-bodied, my friend. Long day today. I fell asleep on the sofa 45 minutes ago. You must have been tired. Hello, Dana. Welcome on in. What's going on, Tommy? Are you good? Yes, it is, Tom. That is the same guitar. I've sanded off the markings. That's right. This is that commission that I'm working on. So we're going to go with this beautiful Australian Ambroina or Australian red rosewood, as they call it. So it's going to be a nice, beautiful, bright colours. You're going to have, it is a female that's playing this, a lady player. So we want nice, bright colours. That's what she wants. She wants native timbers, with the exception of the mahogany neck. Everything else is native. But that's fine, because this is the type of neck that we want for this build. Okay, we've got those bits and pieces. So now we need to start working on the neck and marking out a dress side. That's a darker side there. Probably keep that underneath and go the lighter side on top to get more of that contrast. There we go. That's what we're looking for. They'll be wonderful, Leslie. What's the fretboard material? That's Australian rosewood. Australian rosewood. Ambroina, I think, is the technical word for it. Ambroya. I think it's a type of acacia, to be technically, but it's known as Australian rosewood. It's similar in density, similar in properties, but it obviously has that ochre red luster through it. So it is a, and if you put the back to that, and I'll show you the back now. Okay, it all works, it all ties in nicely. So imagine the back, and you can see that neck, and you've got that on the front of it. Obviously you're going to have, so those colors all work. You've got that sort of reddish tinge through there, pinkish reddish tinge of that marking there. So I think it's going to work really nicely. And of course, once that's oiled, that will go a lot darker. I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Rage, I'm not sure if you saw the grain on this thing. Let me bring, because Rage is a grain aficionado. So I'm going to show him a little bit of aficionado-isms. I'm going to show him a little bit of colour. Rage, you want to see some colour? You do, don't you? I know you do. You do want to see some colour. I'm just going to cut a little clean rag here and just give that a wipe and give you a look at that grain. Oh, okay. Bring it. We're bringing it, man. We're bringing it right now. You're going to love it. It's really nice. It looks pretty plain. You know, beautiful pattern, very, very understated. But once I wet that, you're going to wet your pant. You're going to wet yourself. So, are we ready? Here we go. Are we ready? Here we go. That's that side. Beautiful for an acoustic. This is what the oil is going to do to it. Lots of gorgeous satin folds, beautiful figuring. Not overstated, but not understated, just dense enough to give you a beautiful breakup. Canary wood, it's very similar to, it's a camphor laurel, so you might call it canary wood. It also looks a little bit like mango wood. It's camphor laurel. It's camphor laurel. And it's beautiful. I really love that. Let's show you on another angle here. Let's bring up the other main scene camera and see it under different light. So if you look at it like that, you can actually see that there. It dances in the light, doesn't it? It's almost 3D. It's like a 3D inlay in there. Yeah, you know what, Rage? It's a noxious weed here. It literally is some kind of acacia that's gone, you know, weed-ridden, wild-growing thing that no one wants because A, I don't think it's native, and B, I don't know. It probably is native, but it's just a weed, apparently. It's the nicest weed I've seen anyway. Yeah, it is really weird. And yeah, I knew you would. I mean, imagine that cap on an electric. I mean, it works, right? It really works. But on an acoustic, it's beautiful because you've got that light color through there. And don't get me wrong, camphor laurel comes in all sorts of colors. Here's another piece. Here's one I prepared earlier. Have a look at this block of camphor. This was a solid body guitar that I made. One of the tellies I made is actually made of camphor. I should bring that down and show you that this offcut comes from. But if I wet that, you can see the rings there, beautiful sapwood. I mean, that's, you know, it's got so many honey colors, chocolates, lights, darks. It's got beautiful markings. I have a camphor burl carved top here. Oh, wow, that's going to be something else. What are you going to make with that? Goodness gracious, lordy, that's something to behold. I bet it's going to be awesome. So there's our back. I'm going to pop that away, let that chill out for a little bit. I'm going to pop the front away as well. Now this is banya, so I'll give that a little soak as well and show you what color that's going to come up with the oil. It's not as white as you think. Under these lights it looks a little bit whiter, but if I give that a little, you'll actually see the large wide rays that go down there. You may not pick them up naturally on camera, but if I give that a little wipe down, you've got that honey wheat color, sort of a wheaty, but you can see the bands. Okay, you've got those big bands right through there. Sort of a pine. I mean, it is a pine. It's a bunya pine cap. Similar to properties to, I guess, your spruces, but not as fine grained. It's quite different in that regard. It does